Melinda and Jason, thank you so much for being here today for the Sound Shore Family Guide at the LMC studio. You're both principals at the Rye Neck High School and Middle School, so we would love to know more about your programs and the school itself.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Of course.
Thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure.
You want to start off?
Sure, I guess I'll start off.
You go first.
They start off in middle school before they go to high school, right?
There you go.
So my name is Jason Doerr. I'm the principal of Rye Neck Middle School. This is my first year there, and it's been a really exciting year. And I find a lot of what's really been going on this year really stems and relates back to our strategic plan that we've been implementing district-wide, right? And we spent a lot of time this year going through our strategic plan, which is all about things like strengthening problem-solving ability in students and their questioning ability, focusing on social emotional wellness of our students and staff members, and then also working on professional learning throughout the district, and how we've done a lot this year to kind of address those issues and those needs related to our strategic plan. So we started the year off with a lot of training around the QFT question formulation technique. Melinda, you want to talk a little bit about that? Since it's your...
It's just an inquiry-based sort of technique that you can use in your class to get kids thinking more critically about a topic, about not so much, what kind of information might a teacher deliver about a topic, but what might a student want to know about that topic. Mm-hmm. So, and we can use it across curriculum areas. We see it used in English and social studies and science and math and art and just about everywhere throughout the curriculum.
And so that's been really great, and their teachers have been using that in their classrooms. Social emotional wellness, we've been doing a lot of work around assessing our students, and we developed and implemented a social emotional screener to see our students around the district and their emotional wellness, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these, this big initiative, the strategic plan, the shape it takes in the lives of our kids is really important, because what we end up working with are kids who are, enormously self-advocating and conscious of, the do's and don'ts of mental health. Obviously, everybody's got bad days and good and things like that. But
do you also have counselors on staff that people can come and take time out during their day if they feel like they're a little overwhelmed?
Oh, absolutely. In both the middle and high school, we have counselors, we have school psychologists, we have social workers, we have, and we, because we're such a small school, I think relationships are really foundational to the success of the kids. So I think kids, come to see, Jason or myself or the assistant principal, Michael, or their teachers or their former coaches or their, relationships really kind of make the school work, I think.
Yeah, and I think it is such a tight-knit community where students form relationships with a variety of different
club, the high school club puts on this afternoon event, binary bingo, that kind of teaches middle school kids the rudiments of coding, but also introduces them to this fun game, and they get prizes and all that kind of stuff. We had over 100 middle school kids attend that this year.
So again, like clubs are student driven, and they have the idea of emerging with the middle school. I mean, you have a lot of that. High school kind of also with the lower school.
Absolutely. The environmental club spoke to Effie Bellows and spoke to them about being kind to your environment, and they watched a movie together. I can't remember what the name of the movie was off the top of my head, and I apologize for that. But we do have even the students think about the benefits of what they've gained over the years of these, close-knit relationships that they've had, and then seek to pass it on,
And we are a shared building, right? So a lot of the decisions that we make in collaboration with one another to ensure we're doing what's best for all of our students in grades 6 through 12. And I know one thing that both Melinda and I tried to really implement this year was increasing student voice in the school, right? And so trying to leverage, with the students, think about a lot of things. And I know that both at myself at the middle school level and Melinda as well created like student advisory groups where we meet with on an ongoing basis and kind of get their feedback about the things that we're trying to do school-wide. We use them to kind of run ideas by to try to implement and help promote their voice in the school and what goes on.
Let me ask you, critical thinking I think is so important, something that's like in a way lost because I think there's so much student testing going on. And do you feel like your kids are very prepared also? I mean, it sounds like it's very like, I'm not saying kumbaya, but you have a lot of student driven, a lot of fun, and a lot of great ways of teaching. But what about testing? Like,
Well, I would
you
think
have
that
to kind of teach to the testing in a way.
Well,
That's the way things are these days.
Good critical thinkers take tests well. These are, not all of them get 100%, let's say, but if they can develop the, sort of the process of, good critical thinking habits, then, they know the material. So it's not like, cram all night kind of thing, right?
Yeah. No,
I would say, yeah.
I think we do, the tests are there, right, to assess student
exactly.
performance.
And you have to have them.
And you do
Exactly.
have to have them. But I think we take a similar stance where we make sure that the content is taught in the classroom, where kids are struggling and need some extra assistance. We get that for them because that's really important to address their needs. So it's not necessarily teaching towards the test. It's really assessing as we go along, seeing what they need, and help close those gaps whenever necessary.
So obviously people go to your school if they live in the district, but if they do want to reach out, speak to you, get a little bit more information, how do they do that?
Well, they can certainly contact any one of the offices, the middle school, high school office, and any one of the elementary school offices. And we give tours, to people.
Ryeneck.org or something. How involved are parents in your community?
Enormously.
Yeah.
Obviously, this kind of undertaking doesn't happen without supportive parents, without staff that's willing to, give of themselves, and without kids who are, willing to take risks.
Sure.
So it's like all the stakeholders have to work together, and I think we're really fortunate because we have a good formula and we work on it.
Yeah. It takes a village, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
Turns out.
It does. All right. Well, thank you both so much for being here and for sharing all the little goods and what you have going on at Rye Neck.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.